don't be so locked into what you've always done in your life. You know, there are many different things you can be doing. As bizarre as it sounds, this is the most exercise I've had in probably a month and a half. And it's only a basic walk. Life's goddamn short. And what is it that's going to put a smile on your face? Then stop that moaning. So it's very important that we don't waste a goddamn second of it, you know? I waste many seconds, you know? I have my procrastination issues, but as long as I'm 85–90% driving in the right direction. So mix it up, enjoy this time. See this as, you know, an opportunity in life to find things out about yourself. Don't know why I'm portraying the policeman as a 60-year-old. Nothing to see here! Move along, you bastards! Somebody could be looking out the window now. Hear a lot of coughing. I think there's the virus. He's got the virus. So as you can see, guys, it's pretty quiet this time of the morning. It's approaching 6 AM, it's about 10 to 6. We're going to walk down in this direction. Walk down in this direction. Takes us to the Thames. It's all about the elbow. Just to minimise the potential of risk factor with over touching things. He says as he touches his mask. Okay. I think it's the bottom one. See if I can get a cool thumbnail here. Not sure what I'm looking at. Elbow again. Touch your jaw that's least touched. And I am on the third one up. There we go. So this is a completely different video for me to make. I think it's 4 degrees right now. Been in London for a couple of days, just adjusting back to some kind of sense of normality. Normality to do with sleep pattern. Normality in its sense really is being back in Delhi really. Whew. Yeah, as you'd say in old London town, there's a bit of currant bun for you, a bit of sun. I would say hands down this is the quietest situation I've ever filmed in. There's absolutely no one around. It's like one of those London zombie movies, you know. But I would say normally at this time of day there'll be traffic around, there'll be people walking, because ordinarily people would be going to work, you know. But yeah, I try not to do the Gordon Ramsay thing, you know, where he's like, I don't know if it works in that angle, you know, but he's kind of like, I've noticed myself doing that unintentionally, of course. This is still a treat for me, by the way, just seeing all these, just the architecture, all the buildings. Very far removed from India, of course. And I thought it was important to come out, see if I could catch the sun popping up and to enjoy the 4 degrees. That's right, 4 degrees in a t-shirt. So this could actually be a fun video, or it could be the most uninteresting video I've ever made. As Gordon Ramsay would say. Don't know why I'm referencing Mr. Ramsay. I think something that's just popped up on my radar in the last couple of days. Still got my shoes on, which are absolutely done in from India. But they do, however, tick the box of what they're required for. So ordinarily I do like my videos to not only be my journey, but also, to take you guys on that journey with me. But today is taking the pee. Bit of Jim Morrison for you there. So from what I could establish online is that with the lockdown here now in England, you are allowed out once a day for a walk, a run, a cycle, general cardio exercise, or any exercise for that matter, not necessarily cardio. So I thought this would be a good time of day to do it, because as the video shows, your chance of running into people is pretty bloody low. So anybody know any jokes? Leave some jokes in the comments section. As always, be kind, leave my hair out of it. That's alright. Got the man cub. Don't know about the man bun. So I've never been to this area before. I lived in London for how many years did I live in London for? 15, 20 years maybe? 15 years? God, there's a battle cruiser for you right there. An English pub. Very cool, very cool. This is it's quite surreal for me. This is to come out and absolutely not see one person. It is like the city that time forgot. You know, no industrial noise over here, no trains, no people walking. Well, I have to head down in this direction anyway. This is Putney Bridge Road. So I would assume if I do get stopped by anybody, that this is my exercise. Thank you to our amazing NHS staff. Hashtag thank you NHS. Abso-bloody-lutely. Oh, first bit of life there, look. There's my orange. So I'm not looking at my Google Maps right now. I am going with the flow because I should be going in this direction. See, this is a little reminiscent of India for me. Not the way they've been designed, but just by the colours that they use. India, as you might have noticed by some of my previous videos, is very, very colourful. There's something in the Western world, I don't know why we always go for greys and blacks and silvers and whites. And you don't really see too many cars, you know, that are purple, yellow, orange, red, green. I now believe that colour creates a lot of vibrancy in life. It can play a part in raising your vibration for sure, you know. So right now, this video could be topping my video for Benia page. Being that I posted that, I think, as a ghost town. Not my dentist. Slander those, saying it's my dentist. The cat's back. Reminds me of a cat I used to have with a friend, Bosky. And if you continue to watch some videos, you will see it soon. The cat's back. Closed to the public for the foreseeable. Sorry. There's a lot of businesses that are hurting right now for obvious reasons. There's a lot of businesses that are going to go under. But, you know, I do feel sorry for the people that can't work from home, who are forced to go to work because everybody wants to eat, right? But if having this time apart right now allows the planet to recover and breathe a little, you know, just little things of being in New Delhi. The air pollution is so bad, you know, that they actually close children's schools, and they say it does irreparable damage to your lungs. But now they have blue skies, you know, the likes of which they haven't seen for quite some time. I hear similar reports for China as well. You know, now the industry has decreased, or stopped I should say, to an extent. So it's all about the silver lining, right? And this is the Thames River. Got a little duck there doing his beatboxing. There's Marco Polo's restaurant there, look. Hello, mate. Well, that, my friends, is about as quiet as it gets in London. You can actually hear its feet on the concrete there. It feels very strange to be back in London. I haven't really adjusted yet, you know. It's great to have the fresh air, of course. Can't even see what I'm recording down there, the sun is so bright. As bizarre as it sounds, this is the most exercise I've had in probably a month and a half. And it's only a basic walk. As you might recall from me being in New Delhi in my apartment, it's classed as an apartment. It's got an ensuite bathroom and kitchen, but really it's just the size of a room. So in there with artificial light, no daylight because there's no windows in the room. So this is pretty bloody awesome to be here right now. Feeling cold as well. So yeah, very important to get into a schedule of doing this every day. I think I'm here for another just under a week and a half possibly. The whole point of me being here, it's probably better in that direction, is it? Let's get my squinty eyes on. The whole point of me being here is to self-isolate right now. Very generously been donated, don't think that's the right word, but been given a flat to use for 2 weeks. Friend of my brother's, somebody who I don't know, by the way, so again very appreciative, a lot of gratitude for this. This gives me 2 weeks to isolate, because you can not get any symptoms, but you can get symptoms sort of like 10 or 12 days afterwards, you know. So being on a flight with 800 other people always had its risk factors, but I think staying in Delhi would have been a much huger risk moving forward. And I think the mistake that a lot of people are making, who I speak to, is they're focusing their energy on what they're missing, what they're losing. You know, I'm unable to do this anymore, that thing that I used to enjoy doing I can't do. And so, well, don't be so locked into what you've always done in your life, you know. There are many different things you can be doing. So mix it up, enjoy this time. See this as, you know, an opportunity in life to find things out about yourself. You know? I think that's very important. Sometimes, you know, your life, specifically in London, your life can just be, you know, like this carousel, like the mouse on the spinning wheel. You know, then the wheel comes off its axis, the mouse pops out and looks around and thinks, oh, there's all these other things I can do. I don't have to keep running on that treadmill every day. Sometimes it's nice just to be in the flow state, not taking control, but allowing yourself to go into different avenues, you know. These are interesting. These homes on the water then? Wow, they're kind of cool, huh? I used to live in a building like this down by Canary Wharf that used to look out onto the water. It's nice for 5 minutes, but personally I'd rather be living in India, surrounded by, give a little wave to myself there. I'd rather be in India surrounded by interesting people from a vastly different culture. I think I've said it before, but in India, if you exchange a smile, it comes back tenfold. And it's something that you forget when you return to London, because when I was in the airport coming through, I was like, hey guys, hi, hello, how are you? And I was just kind of getting the stink eye, like, You know? People question your motives in London, you know, because they don't know you. They kind of, they have the thought that it lacks sincerity, and sorry, my attention's been taken in so many different directions. This is the most expansive view that I've experienced for some time, and I feel I gravitate towards open spaces a lot. But yeah, as I was saying, people question your motives. It's not the easiest thing to do in London, is to start a conversation with somebody else. You know, specifically on a high street or something, if you're in a bar or something, it's very different. People are more open to interaction. But on an average day in London, walking down an average street, if you were to exchange a smile with somebody and start a conversation, you get a very different response to what you do in Asian countries, you know. So it's pretty nice to watch a sunrise up today. This is the earliest I've been up in forever. I guess it's a little after 6 o'clock now. Now that we've walked all this way, let's have a quick look and see what is down here, because the water's still going down this way, but yeah, it's blocked off, so as the police would say, nothing to see here, move along. Don't know why I'm portraying the policeman as a 60-year-old. Nothing to see here. Move along, you bastards. Of course, somebody could be looking out the window now, hear a lot of coughing. I think there's the virus. He's got the virus. What are we at time-wise on this? Okay. I'm not sure if that'll catch me very well with the light behind me. Guess I could walk backwards just for shits and giggles. So I was using my camera, and as I changed some settings, it said there was a problem with the SIM card, and the only way to restore it was to reset it, reformat it, and that would mean me losing the entire trip of me returning from Delhi to Heathrow. So fingers crossed that didn't happen, because it's allowing me to record now, so I think it was just a glitch. When I turned it off and back on again, it seemed to be okay. Okay, this is a bit weird walking backwards. These are interesting, huh? So again though guys, what have you seen? Person driving, person walking by the duck, person with 2 dogs, I think somebody else running. So definitely less than 5 people. So near the Thames, less than 5 people is, it's crazy. But you know, I understand we're in lockdown. I do get it. Lockdown. I don't know. I have to say though, I can no longer have these conversations with people who touch on the negatives. You know, I know some people who absolutely don't enjoy their jobs, and now that they don't have to go to work, they're complaining about being at home. So I think it says more about their personality than the job does. It's not about the job. You take the job away, they still want to moan about something else. So they need to do some internal work to establish life's goddamn short. And what is it that's going to put a smile on your face? And stop that moaning, you know? I don't have time for that, because when people want to moan to me, then it lowers my vibration. So it's hugely detrimental. So it's very important who we choose to give our time to in this life. You know, I found out yesterday that there's a lovely woman in London called Sidra Jaffrey. I think she was born in Pakistan rather than India, but she died in March of 20-something in Mumbai in a house fire. And she was somebody in London who did she wrote a book called Awakening. She used to do talks, spiritual talks, to enable people to be on a better path in life. So apparently she was in Mumbai with a 20-year-old girl who, I guess Sidra was her mentor, I guess you'd say. The 20-year-old was from London, who I'd met before, and the whole place got burnt. Sidra ended up with 90% body burns, which is absolutely horrendous, you know. So that's really sad, and it just made me think yesterday about how life really can be taken away from you in a split second. So it's very important that we don't waste a goddamn second of it, you know. You know, I waste many seconds, you know. I have my procrastination issues, but as long as I'm, you know, 85-90% driving in the right direction, then I get one of these. Yeah, so that was quite a sad story, but you know, there's a positive to be taken from it. This is Putney, guys, South London. This is the Thames. Okay. As always, whatever you're doing, have the most fantastic day. Have fun doing it. Have such an incredible day that you want to tell other people how goddamn cool it was. Yeah, so I have lots of editing to do, and love to all.